Hey everybody, so as promised, I did a poll on our Facebook page, and the poll was in between two videos, one being things I wish I would have done in nursing school and things I'm glad I did, which I probably will still do a video on later, and then the second one about how to take care, or how I take care of a sick baby. And the sick baby one won the poll, so I'm going to talk a little bit about this, and it was ironic because Aubrey was actually going through a virus for a couple days when I started the poll, so I was like, I'm going through this anyway, so while it's fresh on my mind, let's talk about it. So I wrote down some things about taking care of a sick baby, and if I miss anything, I'm so sorry, but I really tried not to. And so yeah, just keep watching for more. Okay, so to start things off, so by all means, if your baby is sick and you don't know really if it's serious or not, take them to the doctor. Take them to see their primary care doctor or whatever, their pediatrician. Usually I try not to take her to the doctor if I think that she's okay, but every time she's sick, she starts feeling worse, and then I start questioning myself, like, am I keeping her home and really she needs like antibiotics or something, or is it just a virus? So I'll always end up taking her, and sometimes I just feel so crazy for doing that because I'm like, it's just a virus, like they're just going to tell me the things that I already know what to do, like they're just going to tell me things I already know. And so I usually feel guilty about it, but in the end, I'm glad that I take her because it's always good to know for sure if they're really bad sick or not, because chances are they can prescribe you antibiotics, and if it's not something that needs antibiotics, then they can always give you some Tylenol and ibuprofen, and most doctors should dose it for you, and how much they should get based on their weight. So the first thing I'm going to talk about, I broke this into symptoms for you. So first thing is runny noses or stopped up noses. The best thing for a runny nose or stopped up nose, I have 4 main things for that. And I've got a Cool Mist humidifier, and I have the Vick brand, and I got that from Walmart. And then you can get the Vicks patches that go with it. It's kind of like the rub, but you put a little patch in there, and it humidifies like air in the air, the Vicks smell, and that helps open up the passages. So I found that to be really helpful. And then there's another thing called Nose Frida, and it is the best thing I have ever bought in my life. It's similar to the bulb syringes that you get as soon as your baby's born, but I feel like it's a lot better because I feel like it does a better job of suctioning all that out. So I would get some saline spray, and it's just like a nasal, like it's just water, saline or whatever, and it's just in a spray form, and you put it in their nostril, spray that up there, and it usually moistens it enough to where it breaks some of that mucus up in there, and then you can suck it out. So the nose Frida is kind of gross, and a lot of people are going to be really weirded out by it, but I promise that if you can do it, it's good for your baby, and it's going to help a whole bunch. Next is diarrhea. So of course you're going to need diapers. I would keep a whole bunch of them close, especially if your baby or child, toddler, however, if they're still in diapers, are gonna be going to the bathroom frequently. And if they are, then I would recommend getting some petroleum jelly, rub on their bottom so that it doesn't get really, really raw. I would get some sensitive wipes, and really, if they're really getting broke down and red, I would just use like some really, really soft paper towels and water, warm water. I've done this before, and I've used the Viva paper towels because they're super soft. So yeah, if they're getting really broke down, then I would do that. If they're vomiting, then I would have like a couple changes of clothes. If you're going anywhere, definitely pack your own change of clothes, because Aubrey got really sick and she just like literally vomited all over me, and it was all over me, way too much, more than I ever thought a baby could vomit. So something else good to have are some cool wash rags for you know, whenever they get sick or whatever. It always feels good to have something to cool your head off. And then if they've got a fever, you're going to need some Tylenol and Motrin, and infants Tylenol and infants Motrin. Motrin is only for, or ibuprofen, is only for children over 6 months of age. So nobody under 6 months should get Motrin. It's going to be based on their weight, so definitely ask their doctor. And so you're going to rotate the Tylenol and the Motrin every 4 hours. So if you give Tylenol in the morning at 9 a.m., then you're going to give the Motrin at 1. Yeah. So you're going to give the Motrin. So Tylenol 9 in the morning, Motrin at 1. And then at 5, you're going to do Tylenol again. There's one thing I did forget, and that is that you're going to need a rectal thermometer, and you're going to have to take your baby's temperature rectally, especially if they have a fever, because that's the most accurate way, and it's better safe to know exactly what it is, because if it's really high, like 103, then they definitely need to go in just to make sure that everything's okay. With that, I would definitely keep like a log, especially if there's going to be more than just you taking care of the baby while he or she's sick. So keep a log, like, okay, at 9 o'clock I gave her Tylenol and she had diarrhea, or she had thrown up. And then like maybe write down how much she ate, and definitely keep a log of their diapers, because fevers alone can dehydrate a baby. So if they're not having a lot of wet diapers, then that's a problem. If you're breastfeeding, I don't know if it really truly works, but I know that everything that you take in, the baby gets. So what I would do is drink a lot of orange juice that has like vitamin C in it. And sometimes I would even mix in those vitamin C packets. I got the emergency kind in tangerine flavor, and I would always mix that up in the orange juice, and it would taste better, and then drink that in the morning, just a little bit of it. And I don't know if it really helps, but in my mind I'm thinking it might, so if it does, at least I've tried. And then Aubrey's getting older to where that she's got teeth, and she's got lots of drool and slobber and stuff, and she's getting some chapped lips. So what I've used on her lips before is the Lanolin cream, and that's like the stuff that you put on your nipples for breastfeeding, and that's completely safe for the baby, so you can use that on their lips to keep their lips from getting too dry and chapped. Okay, so if you have any questions, feel free to message me, and feel free to comment below. Maybe there's something that I've missed that you've found helps really good. But if there is, please don't hesitate to comment, because whoever else is going to see this are going to see your comments, and maybe there's something that you've done that can help their baby as well. So thanks for watching. Thanks for requesting the video or voting for it. And yeah, let me know if you need anything.